Welcome guys, Damo here at Perfect Gaming Guides, back with another 100% completion guide. This one is for Herdling. There's 31 achievements gained during 7 chapters of the game guys, and it will take us roughly just over 2 hours to complete all the achievements. I've paced the gameplay so that hopefully you should be able to follow without having to pause too much guys. And I've added some help comments on screen in case you don't want to listen to my commentary. Okay guys, let's crack on and get those achievements. So this is our character and we can sprint using the LT button guys. I'm just going to head through this little fence here and drop over into the other side of this enclosure here. And we can see this sort of mystical creature here is called a Calicorn, and this is basically the point of the game guys. We are going to be herding up 12 of these creatures and going on an adventure with them to take them to a new homeland. So first up, we'll just let this Calicorn crash into the tree here guys, and a branch is going to drop down. We can pick that up and we are going to prise off the bucket that's over its head. We can then tame the Calicorn by holding the Y button guys. Now there are 12 of these that we need to gather, and I'm just going to use a random name here guys. There's 12 of these throughout the game guys, and when we gather them all up we need to make sure that none of them die right through to the end of the game, but that's actually a lot easier than what that sounds. So to steal them, we basically just get behind the Calicorn guys, and if you want it to go to the right you basically move over to the left of it and vice versa. And we're just placing waypoint markers if you like, using this sort of beam of light to tell it what direction to go. So the road rage achievement is our first one guys, and that's for trashing 10 cars. We also need to make sure that we don't crash into any of those traffic cones and knock them over guys throughout the whole of this city level. So we're literally just pointing ahead and getting it to walk into all these vehicles along here. The Calicorn does kind of try and turn away guys when it, so that it doesn't crash into things, but if you just go the other side of it and just basically just go back and forth, eventually it will hit the cars and do some damage. This bit's actually quite good practice for learning how to steer it, because it is a bit odd at first, takes a little bit of getting used to. Just learned a new command there guys to actually get the herd to stop, or the Calicorn to stop. We just double press B. So up pops our road rage achievement there guys for wrecking 10 cars in the city. So we're going to guide the Calicorn through the cones now guys, using RT to get it to move, and we can double tap B to stop it at any point if needed. If you knock over any of the cones here, you will need to restart this chapter guys, or you missed that achievement. And it's also worth noting that your character can actually knock things over as well, it's not just the Calicorns. So once we get through that part, that's the sort of first part of the traffic cones. There's a second part to that achievement, guys, later on. We're just going to head straight down this alleyway here. And just ahead of us there, you can see that there's a gate with a sort of blue handle on it. At the other side of that gate is our second Calicorn, so we can just climb over this bit here. And you can see the Calicorn down there. It's going to run away and hide, so we're going to go and open the gate from the inside there. And then we'll run back to where the Calicorn is hiding. And the other Calicorn will follow us in, and that'll sort of entice the second one out. So we're going to tame this one as well, guys. As soon as you tame them, that's it. They start following you. After that, they become a part of your herd. So we'll get to the other side of them again so that we can direct them, and we'll just lead them back out of there. And we're going to get our third Calicorn just as we leave this area here, guys. And that will get us the Making Friends achievement. So we just double press B to get our Calicorns to stop there and take a left into this area here. We'll wake up this Calicorn and it's going to run away from us, and then we just go back to it. And it will allow us to tame it, and we should get that achievement, guys. So up it pops, the Making Friends achievement, guys. So we'll just go behind the Calicorns again, and we are going to just take the first left here, and you see another sort of blockage across the alleyway up at the end of the alleyway there. I'm just going to lead them all the way up to the end of that, and then we'll use the Calicorns to push the barricade out the way. And if we head over to this sort of mural up on the wall here, I thought that you get an achievement for this at first, but you don't. So there is one later on for uncovering a painting, but you don't get the achievement for uncovering that one for some reason. Anyway, so we're just going to head round to the left here, and this is the sort of second part of navigating our way through the cones. Now this bit is a little bit trickier, so the Careful Pedestrian achievement part 2, guys. Holding down RT will continuously guide our Calicorns here. Remembering at any point, if you need to stop, you can just quickly double tap B and then just reposition yourself. Sometimes you just need to nudge them forward a tiny bit and then stop them again. And just take your time with it, guys, and it's actually not too difficult. I did fail it on my first attempt, it has to be said. So yeah, just take your time, making sure that you're stopping them and just repositioning yourself. Once we're safely through that, our achievement will pop once we get out of the city area, guys, which is literally just round this corner and along this road. And thankfully we do start to get some new functionality, I suppose, and that we can make the herd stampede and things like that, so it's not, the whole game's not as slow as this, don't worry about that. So up pops our Careful Pedestrian achievement there guys, as long as we haven't knocked down any of the cones. If you did, as I said, you can just quickly restart. If you're finding the video useful guys, I would hugely appreciate if you would hit that like button, and if you would subscribe to the channel, it really does help. So chapter 2, Countryside Achievement, will pop pretty much as soon as we just start making our way down through these fields guys. You notice over to the right here, there's like a bunch of blue flowers, and the flowers kind of charge up the stampede. You get one stampede sort of boost per herd animal that you have, which you will see pops up at the kind of bottom centre of the screen here. So we just press and hold the RT guys to make it charge. And walking through the flowers obviously charges it back up again. So if you want to just keep doing the stampede continually guys, you want to wait until the Calicorn's horns turn gold before you boost the herd again. So you're kind of pressing and holding RT and then sort of pressing it again to boost it each time that the Calicorn horns turn gold, and that should keep you at a pretty quick speed. There is a kind of time challenge later on here. We need to sort of make it to a certain area, and that is for another achievement as well guys. So just keep running through the flowers and making sure that we're kind of charging up all three of the herd to give us those 3 boosts. I'm now going to head through this tunnel here guys. Through this tunnel, and you're going to hear, kind of near this rock, you're going to hear a train. So the maximum Zoomies achievement guys is for reaching the tunnel just after the train goes through it. So we need to keep the stampede going all the way to the tunnel. If you fail, you can reload the checkpoint and try again, and I do show me getting it using both methods because I did fail this the first time myself. To stampede continually again, just wait for those Calicorn horns to turn gold before you hit the boost again guys. Kind of staying to the left as much as we can and making sure that we are running through the flowers. So you can see the train there now guys. And there's a tunnel that we need to head for. So if we make it to the tunnel just shortly after the train goes through it, you will get the achievement guys. So up pops the maximum Zoomies achievement there guys. If however you don't manage to do it fast enough, you can load your last checkpoint and you will start at the tunnel entrance guys, and you just need to head back the way that we came there, and as soon as we hear the train we're going to turn and stampede to the tunnel. I'm just going to show me doing this guys just to show you how it's done. I don't want to waste too much time here, but I'll show you quickly how it's done. So I've just speeded up the sort of footage here, and you want to be watching and listening for the train. You will see it in the distance there, and as soon as you see it you can just quickly turn and get our Calicorns to run. Make sure that we run back through the flowers, not the sort of bit that we've just cleared. And again, just speed that up guys, just to show you that this is possible. So I've done that on a second account just to show that the achievement would pop doing it that way. So anyway, moving on with the next part of the game, guys, when we come through the other side of the tunnel. We're just going to follow the track and go over that bridge ahead of us there. So we're just going to get this Caretaker Achievement out the way here, guys. So we're going to kind of injure our Calicorns and then just heal them 10 times just to get this achievement out the way. As I said, we do need to make sure that all of the Calicorns survive right to the end of the game, guys. And to be honest, it's not too difficult to do that. So what we want to do is you'll see these kind of spikes sticking out in various places dotted around this sort of train yard, and if we kind of walk Calicorns in there, we can just dash over here and pick up some fruit. Take it back to the injured Calicorn and feed it, and that's going to heal it. And we're basically just going to kind of rinse and repeat that 10 times, guys. The Herdcore Achievement, as I said, is for getting to the end of the game without losing any of the Calicorns at all, so make sure that you don't kill them, guys. I think, I'm not sure exactly how many times you would need to run into the spikes without healing before it actually died, but if you only run into one spike and then heal it, they can't die. So as I said, not sure if you were to run into a spike and then do another couple of spikes, that might actually kill the Calicorn, so yeah, don't do that. So you'll notice as well that when you do hit the spikes, that kind of breaks it, so you need to move to a different set of spikes. You can't just keep crashing into the same one all the time. So this area here has got quite a lot of spikes. There's sort of 3 different piles of them, all kind of close to each other. So once we've injured them 10 times and healed them, up pops our Caretaker Achievement there, guys. So we're now going to follow the tracks over towards this sort of gate in the distance there, guys, this sort of double gate. And we can just get them to stop there, and we're going to go off to the right here so that we can go to the other side of the gate and open it. We're just going to lead them through the left side here. And we're going to see this sort of flatbed here for the train. We're going to get behind that, guys, and then just push it into position. And over on the right hand side there you can see there's like a kind of blue lever. We're going to use the platform now to climb across there to get to the lever. And then we can go back to push the flatbed again, guys, to just push it further into the garage. Once we've pushed it as far as we can head round to the right and up this slope here. Climb over the flatbed and jump this little gap, and we're going to turn left, and we can see there's a fourth Calicorn there. We climb up and we get some fruit so that we can heal it because it's injured. And now we're going to get the fifth Calicorn, guys, so it's just straight through this way here and round to the right. And there's a Calicorn kind of hiding underneath one of the this railway car here. We're going to grab one of the pieces of fruit and just leave it down in the ground to entice it out. Once it's out, guys, just run behind it. If you don't do that, it's going to just run back and hide back in its hiding place. Now that we're on that side of it, we can tame it. And that's our fifth Calicorn now. So back into the garage, guys. And we're going to push this door here so that it drops down. And that lets all the other ones across as well. So the tidy up achievement, guys, is for setting up the campfire, but don't light it yet. We're going to grab the sort of bits of wood that are lying around the place. So there's one sitting on this cart here. Take it to the campfire and sit it there. And grab the other one as well. When we set up the campfire, we don't light it, guys. We then need to clean all of the Calicorns that need cleaned. So you'll see twigs or branches in Maleffi's fur here. Yep, this one here. If there aren't any that need cleaned, guys, you can do this on any of the chapters campfire. There's a campfire in every one of the chapters. When you set up the campfire, the Calicorns that don't need any attention will go and sit beside it. The ones that do need, like, petted or cleaned will be sort of wandering around. So this one here isn't even petted, that's why it's not sitting by the campfire. So the ready for bed achievement is going to pop up as well because we've got all the pets cleaned and petted that hadn't settled. The can't get enough pets achievement is for petting 10 Calicorns, guys, so we're just going to do that just now as well. So you can do it on the same one 10 times, or you can just do each one of them, doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I suppose the thing to remember is when you're doing the tidy up achievement and the ready for bed one, guys, is the Calicorns that are not by the fire, they're kind of off to the side, and you will have more of them at the next campfires as we kind of gather more Calicorns. The ones that are not at the campfire are the ones that kind of need something, need your attention. So you should be able to get the ready for bed one here, but you might not be able to get the tidy up achievement if none of your Calicorns had any sort of branches or that stuck in their fur. So there we go. Can't get enough pets for petting 10 Calicorns. That pops up, guys. So we can now head over to the campfire and actually light it. So you just need to press X a few times. Get close to it, press X a few times, and up pops the Sparks Flying achievement for lighting the campfire. Then just going to sit down on the rug, and then we're going to press our RT button to go to sleep. As I said, guys, you can do any of those achievements at any of the campfires, and there is quite a few of them throughout the game. If you would support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing, I would really appreciate it, guys. So we're just going to head out of this doorway here to our right, guys. And then kind of take a left. There is only sort of one route that we can take here. It's kind of linear. And then just across this little bridge here. And we're pretty much just kind of heading straight on here, guys, and kind of winding our way through these little hills here. And once we get underneath the bridge here, we're going to get the Autumn Forest achievement, guys, for entering chapter 3. And plenty of flowers as well, so we can charge up our Calicorns and use the Stampede again, guys. And again, just a reminder, wait till the horns kind of turn gold before you boost it again. We're just making our way down the hill here and kind of following the sort of natural flow of the land here. Up pops that chapter 3 Hot Forest achievement, guys. When you get kind of down near the river, we're going to take a left and kind of head along. The river will be on our right hand side here. And what the duck achievement is for getting our character close to the ducks. You don't really need to get the Calicorn close to it, it's actually our character, it's themselves. So you'll see them just kind of sitting on some rocks at the right hand side of the river here. Yep, another there. So get the character close to them and up pops the achievement, what the duck. And pretty much just straight after that, as you cross the river, guys, there's this sort of pod thing here. If we go over and pick up the decorative stone that's there, we get the Can I Keep That Rock achievement by placing it on any one of our Calicorns. And that's just like a kind of decoration, really. Doesn't do anything much. And we'll just continue on along this path the way we were heading, guys. You can kind of see that there's pretty much a path, guys, with some blue flowers. You can kind of follow that. Some blue flowers over to the right as well. They kind of both take you to the same place, so all good. Then we're going to cross the river again here, guys. Kind of intentionally not going too quick here, guys, just to make sure that you don't have to keep pausing and trying to figure out where you are. So eventually we kind of hit this road and just follow it along to the end, guys, and on our left you'll see there's a kind of barrier that we need to push out the way, and that is going to give us access to Calicorn number 6. So usual drills, just tame the Calicorn again, guys, and name it. And then we'll just go back around the other side of them to continue heading in the direction that we were going through that gate there. see there's like a path kind of through the trees, guys. That's basically what we want to follow here. And then just take a right here. Follow along past these fences here. And it kind of naturally sweeps round to the left here. Just ahead we can see there's like some buildings and also some spikes that you can actually get damaged on, so just be careful when you're going past those. Again, one hit is not going to kill any of your Calicorns, guys, so yeah, you don't really need to worry too much about that. If you do injure one of them, there's usually always sort of fruit lying around at different spots that you can pick up and heal them, not without too much trouble really. So this one, we've got the close call achievement. We need to save a Calicorn here that falls off a cliff. So just be ready to grab it here, guys. When it gives way, we just run up to it and press X and then pull back on your left stick. That's when you pull it to safety. And up pops the close call achievement for that, guys. And that's our 7th Calicorn as well. So go and grab the fruit here and feed it to heal it. And also, if you did hit any of the spikes and injure any of your other Calicorns, you can obviously use that fruit to heal them too. So we're going to tame the Calicorn now and then name it. Yep, if you've got any other ones that's injured, guys, now's a good time to heal them before we move on. But anyway, we're going to head down this little opening here. And then just charge down the hill. Go slightly left. They kind of both take you to the same place here, guys. So this is another opportunity here to get the kind of keep that rock achievement, guys. If you missed the last one, there's plenty of these decorative items kicking around the place, so you can just pick one up and decorate your Calicorns with it. So yeah, just showing that there's kind of plenty of those dotted around if you missed the first one or whatever. Anyway, moving on. So just kind of going round to the left here, guys, following the path down. And this is going to take us to another kind of open area, guys, with another fire. So, yep, if you're still to get the tidy up achievement, you could do that here. We're going to get the fetch achievement here, guys, for throwing a ball 3 times. So the ball's just at the other side of this sort of large stone monument thing. So you can just pick it up and throw it away from where your Calicorns are, because they'll pick it up and want to play with it. So if you throw it away from them, then just quickly grab it, pick it up again. And once you do that a third time, up pops our fetch achievement. So we're going to head over to the right here, guys, and on that kind of stone walkway, we're going to, part of the collector achievement, there's 6 harnesses that we need to collect for that. The first one that we collect up on this sort of monument thing here, we collect that, and if we fit it onto one of our Calicorns, doesn't matter which one, we're going to get the fabulous achievement for fitting one harness. But yeah, there's 6 of those dotted around the world, guys, and we're going to get all 6 of those as well. So you see that some of our Calicorns are already kind of settled by the fire, and some of them are kind of hanging around. They're not at the fire yet, guys. Get all the sticks and place them in the fire. The ones that are kind of hanging around are either wanting petted or they're needing cleaned. So as I said, if you need the tidy up achievement, guys, don't light the fire, tidy them up. So go and clean them, basically. If they've got any twigs or whatever on them. So anyway, we've lit the second fire. We can call all the Calicorns now by pressing and holding RT. And hopefully you've got a tidy up achievement by now as well, guys. And then we can press and hold RT again so that we can go to sleep. So yeah, I just got up there, guys. There's actually one of the Calicorns does need cleaned, so that's another example of one that needs cleaned there. You can see that. So we wake up and start the next day, guys, and just over the other side of the monument we can see all our Calicorns kind of staring down this hill, and if we head down the hill a cutscene kicks in and our next Calicorn becomes available. So the bird's just attacked it there, guys, and we're going to heal it and then we're going to tame it as usual. And once we've done that, we're just going to head down that hill, guys. So this is a stealthy achievement. the sort of first part of it, guys, so we don't want to get any of the Calicorns attacked by any more birds while we're going through the forest here. So as we get to this little passage here, guys, knocking over too many of these statues will cause the birds to attack you, and you can't really avoid the very first one. So that just kind of lets you know that the bird's there. Even if you knock over the next one, you'll probably get away with that, but you start knocking any more than that over, it will start attacking you, I think. So we can actually dodge sort of that first one there, and then we just make our way through. Make sure that you just stop, guys, just using the double B to stop if you have to, and just readjust your positioning. And bear in mind that your character bumping into these things can actually knock them over as well, so you need to be careful that you don't actually bump into them with your character too. Just be careful here, guys, obviously the spikes can damage you as well. If you wanted to load up on some of the blue flowers, guys, you can just jump up there and walk through them yourself as well. And there's another decoration up here if you want to stick another decoration on any of your herd, or if you've not got the achievement for that yet. You should have if you've been following the guide, but if you've not been following the guide up until now, you may not have this. So putting that on would give you an achievement if you hadn't done that previously. Just move on. Again, just avoiding those spikes there, guys, so that we don't damage any of the Calicorns. And that wouldn't stop you getting the achievement, I don't think. If you did get damaged by any of them, it's only if you get attacked by the birds that you wouldn't get the stealthy achievement. So coming up to our kind of second part here of the stealthy achievement, guys. Again, making sure that we're not getting any of the Calicorns attacked by the birds, and to do that, obviously, again, we just need to make sure we don't knock over too many of these. Obviously, if you can avoid knocking over any of them, that's perfect, but you will get away with knocking over maybe one of them. I'm just kind of trying to hug into the right hand side here as much as I can, and just stop the herd and reposition to head through this way. So once we've successfully get past that, we can just keep following the path, guys, and there's one more stealthy section that we need to get through before we'll get that achievement. And here it comes here, stealthy achievement part 3, guys. So again, just working our way sort of around the right hand side here. Staying as close to the wall as we can. And then just stop the herd and reposition. So if you successfully get past all that without being attacked, guys, just as we get further up here, you can actually use the stampede now if you want to. When we get further up here, that achievement will pop for us. If you don't manage to get that on your first attempt, guys, you can play just through to the end of the game and then you'll get access to chapter select if you wanted to do that again at the end. So up it pops, stealthy achievement. Once we get out here, we're going to collect up some flowers so that we can use the stampede again. And then we're just going to head along the sort of edge at the bottom of the hill here to our left. And again, I'm sure you'll be used to it by now, but wait till the horns turn gold before you press the boost again. Following this all the way right round, guys, and you'll see that kind of structure up in the distance there. We're just going to head for that. And once we reach the boat, that is going to give us chapter 4 Foothills achievement, guys. So to get the ferry to come back in, first of all we need to push this in, the wheels to connect the two cogs together. And then we need to climb up onto the little platform and pull the lever. So go over there, press X, and that's going to call over one of our Calicorns to give us a little shunt up. Pull the lever and that's going to bring the ferry back in, and we can then get our next Calicorn. That's 9 of 12 you should have now, guys. rest of the herd onto the ferry there, guys, and then we're going to jump up onto the little platform on the ferry. And then obviously just pull that lever and the ferry's going to take us across the river. Now that we're on the other side of the river, guys, we can just head through this valley here. And there's a hill kind of just ahead of us. We're just going to charge up that. We can use the stampede if you've got the energy to do it. There's a sort of cave just ahead of us that we should go through. Oh, and I've kind of headed over to the right there. I should have gone straight through, actually, guys. So we're coming up on getting the Revelation achievement here, guys, for revealing the first painting. Just following around this path here. And once we reach these yellow flowers, guys, we're going to run the herd through that. And as long as you get enough of them, you'll see them turn yellow. As soon as they all turn yellow, they'll move themselves into this area in front of the painting. And we just need to hold the RT as shown up on screen there, and then once that comes up, activate RT again, and up pops our achievement, Revelation, guys, for revealing the painting. We'll just make our way, continuing through the cave here, guys, and up to this stone that's blocking our way. We're just going to push that out the way. So we can see that this bit's a bit dangerous. There's some bit of the rock sliding away there. Once we get to this kind of next section across that little bridge, one of our Calicorns is going to step on a bit that gives way and we need to go and rescue it, guys. Just pull it back on, and as soon as we get a chance to heal the Calicorn we will, guys, once we find some fruit. Just moving on. So we'll head for the blue flowers here, guys, just to make sure that we're taking that opportunity to charge up our stampede, and that will help us get up this hill here. And same again, guys, just through the blue flowers to charge up our stampede and use that to boost ourselves up the hill. Once we get through this archway here, guys, that's the beginning of chapter 5, the mountain range, so we're going to get that chapter 5 mountain range achievement shortly after going through the archway there. And you'll see there's like a kind of large stack just right ahead of us. We just want to kind of head over in that direction, just pass by the sort of right hand side of that stack. Again, just making sure that we're keeping our flowers topped up for our stampede, guys, and again we're heading between these sort of broken archways here up that sort of stone path. kind of see in the distance there's a kind of pod thing, blue pod. That's where Calicorn 10 out of 12 is, guys, and we will get the good bunch achievement for having 10 of our Calicorns. And there's also a harness up there as well, so that's the second harness out of 6. So we just stop by this little bit that we can climb up here, stop the herd and press X. That's going to call one of the Calicorns up over to give us a little boost up. And if we just head round the pathway there, we're going to find our next Calicorn. So once we've tamed it, that's us got a good bunch achievement, guys, as I said, for having the 10 Calicorns. And right beside them we can grab this harness here and we can just attach that to him. Then if we kind of turn to the left, before we move that lever there, we turn to the left and follow this little path. If we activate that pod, that's going to bring up all the yellow flowers again, and that reveals another painting eventually once we move over to that. Push the stone out the way with the help of the Calicorn here and rejoin the herd. And similar to the first painting, guys, we're just going to guide the herd through the yellow flowers until all of the herd kind of turns that yellow colour, and they'll all sort of move automatically over towards the painting and we can then trigger it. If you're finding the video useful, guys, I would hugely appreciate if you would hit that like button, and if you would subscribe to the channel, it really does help. That gives us access to this new area now, guys, and we're just going to head through there. So I would recommend just getting your herd to stop here, guys. Just double press B, because mine's ended up wandering out of here themselves. Press on the pod there, that's going to bring up more yellow flowers, and we just climb up this ledge here and make our way through all the yellow flowers, and eventually it will give us the option to trigger another painting, guys, and open the next doorway up. We're up here. So for some reason my Calicorns all decided to start heading back through the way that I came, so I think it's because I didn't actually stop them by doing the double B press. So I need to run back and gather them up again. For some reason they've decided to go the wrong way. So hopefully yours haven't done that. So just take them back through the way we came there, guys, and head through that new doorway that's just opened up for us. And just as we're going through the doorway, there are a couple of bushes with the fruit on them, and we can heal our injured Calicorn there, guys, as well. So top up our stampede using the flowers again here, guys. And stick to the grass, we should get it fully loaded up. Kind of turning to the right now, guys, and again just heading towards the blue flowers. That's the sort of general direction that we want to be heading here. And you'll see up in the distance there, there's another sort of broken archway. We'll head through that archway now. And we can still safely use the stampede here, guys, just to speed things along a little bit. See, the birds are back. So just sort of heading round to the left now, guys, and following up the hill really. There are some blue flowers there that I went round that corner to go get there. Bit foggy here now, so visibility's not as great as what it was, but that kind of clears up. Just kind of break through these bushes here. And again, it's fairly safe to use the stampede here, guys. Don't think we can fall off or anything. And you can always get the chance to rescue them even if they did, but I don't think you can fall off at that bit. Anyway, so we'll make our way through these blue flowers and just go through the kind of tunnel that's straight ahead of us really. Using the stampede helps you get up the hills, as you'll probably have noticed, guys. It helps get up a bit better. So at this point here, you want to follow the route up the sort of stone part of this, guys. Don't go round the route to the left, it's the grass side. You can actually, one of your Calicorns can actually fall off that bit there. There's a part of the cliff gives way where I've put the arrows. So if we go up the stone way, which is kind of harder to get them up there, but it saves you risking losing a Calicorn falling down that bit. So once we've negotiated that bit, we just once again follow the path round here, guys, and again we can pretty safely use the stampede. Once we get to this area here, guys, we're going to get our next Calicorn. Sort of short cutscene kicks in and it knocks over one of those pod things, and obviously that alerts the birds. So we're just going to go over and tame our 11th Calicorn, so almost there. We're going to get the fruit to heal it first, guys, and then tame it as we normally do. And again, coming up is another section where we need to avoid knocking over these pods, guys. And that's just really to prevent our Calicorns from being attacked by the birds again. So again, guys, if you do knock any of these over, if you do get attacked by one of the birds, one attack is not going to kill your Calicorn. It'll take a couple of attacks to kill it. And this is really just for that achievement at the end, where we want to reach the end without having lost any of the Calicorns at all, guys. The Herdcore Achievement it's called. So yeah, I'm just using the double B, guys, just to stop before we knock anything over, and then just readjust my position. I'm sure you're pretty familiar with that by now. And this next section here, we're just going to pretty much do the same, just make our way through again without disturbing any of these pod things. So as you can see, I accidentally knocked one of them over there, and that's just kind of alerted the birds not actually been attacked yet. So there is a bit of room for error here, guys. Don't need to worry too much. And as I said, I think it takes more than one attack for them to actually kill any of your Calicorns anyway. They're just going to injure them if they attack them first and foremost. So once we've got the herd there, we can head over to that kind of statue in the middle there, and you can see there's the blue handle on it. So we're going to head over to that and actually push that whole statue. Calicorns will come and help us. So once we're done with that, guys, there is another harness available in this area. So that's going to be our third out of 6 of the harnesses for the Collector Achievement. So just heading over here, you'll see this little path underneath this broken archway here, and up at the top here, that's where our third harness is. So we're just going to grab that, head back down and add it on to any one of the Calicorns. Once we're done with that, we're then going to look for the firewood. So one of them's right beside that statue that we pushed out the way, so we'll grab the firewood there. And we'll take that over to the campfire, which is up at the kind of top of the hill here. You'll see some of the Calicorns already sitting beside it. And our second one is over this side here, near the edge of that ledge there. Put that one in place, and our final one is just behind the campfire itself. So we can light the fire, guys, and then just call all the Calicorns around the fire and go to sleep for the night. If you're finding the guide useful so far, guys, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button on the video, and if you'd subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that too. As the new day starts, guys, we're going to get behind the herd here and just guide them down this hill, down towards where the yellow flowers are, guys, once again to reveal another painting. And once the platform rises up, we can start heading through this archway here, guys. Get into this area, we are going to avoid knocking these over again just to prevent the birds from attacking us. A bit more room to get past these ones actually, guys, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're just going to make our way into this little village here, guys, and kind of head round to the right, and again making sure that we're avoiding those pods and don't knock over too many of them. Then we're going to adjust our positioning and we're going to head through those blue flowers, guys. And as soon as we do that, we're going to actually go into a stampede, because you'll notice that the walkway is actually blocked by loads of the sort of pod things, so we are definitely going to knock some of them over, and that's going to start a kind of chase with the birds. So yeah, we need to knock these over, guys, basically just to get through. So once we get through this part with the blue flowers, we're just going to get into a stampede down the hill, and the birds are going to swoop down, guys, so we basically just need to run to the side of them. You get plenty of time to kind of adjust your positioning. Just be prepared to position yourself either left or right of where the bird lands on the field. It's going to kind of swoop down and land in the field, and try and picking up the flowers so that we can keep the stampede going, obviously, guys. That was pretty much the last one. And we get a bit of a cutscene here, guys, where the bird has actually swooped down and grabbed us rather than the Calicorns. And we're going to wake up, and our achievement for Chapter 6, Glacier Valley, is going to pop up for reaching the plateau. So when we wake up, our herd is scattered here, guys, so we need to go and round them up so that we can proceed on with the chapter. So we're going to go and look for our Calicorn, so just head towards where the bird's sort of hovering there, and our first one is just kind of underneath where it is. So as I said, the herd is scattered into smaller groups, and you need to pet or feed one Calicorn in each of the groups. So I'm just going to pet this one here, guys. You need to do that to get them to start following you again, and I didn't really figure that out at first until I'd reached the third group. They just wouldn't follow me until I started petting them, so make sure that you pet or feed them. Some of them might be injured as well. So just going to grab the fruit here to heal that injured Calicorn, and I carry an extra piece of fruit as well, just in case any others are injured, guys. They only show up as red or injured on the bottom bar when you actually find them. So there could be more that's actually injured, so I'm just going to grab another piece of fruit just in case. And if we head over this little river here, we can see there's another few of them over here as well. And you can feed them, pet them, whatever, and you'll see that they'll start to show up on the bottom and go blue when you've found them and have actually rejoined the herd, guys. So gradually the blue icons will sort of start increasing as you get them all back in the herd. So we've still got 3 to get here. The final ones are kind of over towards that structure over in the kind of background. Again, you can go and grab some flowers here if you want to, in case you need to heal another one. And then we'll head over towards that structure. It's actually a gate, doesn't really look like a gate, but it is actually a kind of drawbridge gate that we need to go through. We're going to kind of head over in that direction, cut across the river again, and just over to the kind of right of that. There's another set of standing stones just to the right there, and in there that's where we're going to find our final Calicorns. And as I said, I didn't realise that I had to kind of pet them or whatever to get them to follow me or feed them, so feed any of the injured Calicorns in the third group or pet one of them just to make sure that they're going to rejoin your herd, guys, and they'll show blue at the bottom. At this point I still didn't quite realise that that's what I needed to do, so I started kind of wandering around trying to get them to follow me, and they didn't, so I eventually figured that out, so I just cut all that out so that you're not wasting time. So once we've gathered them all up, guys, we're going to head over to that structure that I mentioned earlier. They're all showing blue at the bottom. We can head over towards this gate now, guys, where the arrow's pointing us to. And if you don't actually have all your Calicorns here, it won't let you through anyway, guys. It will tell you that you've got some missing. You can see that the fourth harness is actually shown in the arrow there to the left of the gate, so just make sure to pick that up, guys. I thought I could get it from the other side of the gate, but it's actually on this side, so I kind of have to double back here. So you could just go and get that right now before even opening the gate if you want to. So as I said, once I open the gate I kind of need to double back when I realise that it's actually this side. And that is our fourth harness, 4 out of 6 for the Collector Achievement, guys, so we're just going to grab that. And we'll head back round and place it onto any one of the Calicorns, and then we can move on. So we can just use our stampede, guys, and we're going to head sort of towards that big tall structure in the distance there. We're just going to keep running sort of towards that direction for now, and then just pass by the sort of left hand side of it. Over in the distance you can see there's a sort of spire thing. That's pretty much where we want to head, so eventually we will need to cut across the river to get to that. So our 12th and final Calicorn, the Herd's Gathered Achievement. We're going to grab that here, guys. Our 12th Calicorn is in this area here, so if we just make our way round to the left hand side of this here, so if we just head round here first, guys, and we're going to move this platform with the help of our Calicorns. And we're going to come back to that in a little second, but if we head to the right now, and if you kind of look around, you'll see over in the distance there, there's the sort of shadow of a Calicorn, silhouette, whatever you want to call it, and you just need to follow that. It's going to lead you to where our final Calicorn is lying and it's injured, so I'm just going to follow this little guy here through this little passageway, and we'll find our final Calicorn. As I said, it's injured, so we need to go up to this little platform up here and grab a piece of fruit to go and heal it. And then we're just going to tame it as well, same as what we usually do. Give it a name. And up pops our Herd has gathered achievement, guys, for taming all the Calicorns. And we're just going to lead this Calicorn back to where the rest of the herd is now. If you would support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing, I would really appreciate it, guys. Now that's back with the herd, we are going to go to that little stone walkway that we just pushed the stone into to complete the walkway. And we're going to run across that. And if we activate this pod here, going to bring out the yellow flowers, and we just make our way all the way to the end of the flowers there, guys, and we can activate the painting here. We're also getting our 5th harness here as well, guys. So the harness is just to the left of the painting, you'll see it hanging up there. Grab that 5th one, and if we take it back down towards where the herd has moved to, and place that harness on another one of our herd, and we're going to get the highly decorated achievement for that, guys, for fitting 5 harnesses. Once we're done with that, we're going to head to that kind of huge structure back the way that we came, really, guys, back across the river here. And you'll see a gap right in the middle of it, so we're just going to head through that. And just make our way right out the other side of it, following the sort of blue flowers there. And under this archway you can see there's another pod. Just activate that. Just going to bring out some more flowers. Then we're just going to continue straight on and cut across the river here, guys. And you'll see there's like an archway at the far side of the river, that's kind of where we're heading here. Make our our way round here. We'll stop the herd. We'll call one of them over to help us get a little boost up onto this platform here, guys. Activate the pod. That's going to bring out the yellow flowers again, guys, and we're just going to go down and guide the herd through the flowers until they all turn yellow, same as before, and eventually once they've gathered up enough of the yellow flowers, they'll automatically make their way over to the area that we can activate the painting, guys. Just behind us there, drop down, and we can make our way across that now, guys. And we'll just cut across the river again. And back once again over to this large structure that we cut through earlier. And when we get into the middle of this time, there's going to be a pod that's come down a bit further, and we can activate that just on our left hand side here. Now that we can reach that, that brings up all the yellow flowers, and same as before, guys, we're just going to guide the herd round in a circle basically to pick up as many of the yellow flowers as we possibly can till they're able to... Oh, accidentally sent them the wrong way there. Oopsies. Oh, try that again. So guide the herd round and get them all to turn yellow, guys. Once we've pretty much kind of done a almost full circle here, we'll be right back at where the painting is. That'll allow us to trigger it. So off they go, making their way over to the painting area. Trigger that as usual. And that now opens up this entrance for us to go up this slope here, guys. Walking on thin ice achievement. No Calicorns fall into the crevice in the Glacier, guys. So we basically need to make sure that we guide them safely through without anybody falling into any of the crevices. So it's not super difficult this at all, to be honest. You'll see some holes appear in the ice that you need to avoid, and some will appear as you get close to them. So the ice will start to kind of break up and fall away, so you just need to take your time, guys. If a Calicorn does fall in, you can still rescue it if you're quick. They kind of cling on to the edge, and it gives you an opportunity to try and catch them and pull them back up. Pretty much the same as falling off the edge of the kind of mountain pass, where with that Calicorn that kind of fell down the side of the mountain and we managed to pull it back up. So yeah, just be ready to stop at any time, guys, just by double pressing B. And I would recommend just take your time here, there's no rush. So we'll stop the herd and we'll activate this pod here just to bring up some flowers, and that will help us run up some of the sort of icier hills. We'll get up them a little bit faster. I was just quite cautious doing this whole bit, guys, because I didn't want to have to play this level again, I guess, in case one of them did die. So, but I managed to do it on my first attempt, so it's not difficult at all. So yeah, when you get to these kind of icy parts where there's no sort of snow on it, I guess, and it's just like solid ice, you can pretty much safely use your stampede to help you get up that hill a bit quicker, because it is very slow if you've not got the stampede. If any of your Calicorns are injured, there is some fruit there just on your left. And we're just going to keep following this path ahead of us here. Just heading up this hill, guys, and as before, you're going to get some more crevices kind of open up in the ice here. Once again, just taking our time. This sort of snow that I'm heading towards here, as you can see, is a bit thicker, so you will move a fair bit slower going through that. It's up to yourself whether you want to maybe stampede through that and risk falling through the ice. I would recommend that you kind of just take your time going through it, but yeah, bit slow. But at this point I didn't have a clue where any of the holes in the ice were. I was doing this for the very first time here. So just ahead of us there's another hole in the ice, so just going to dodge around the sort of right hand side of that there, guys, and there's another one up here to the right of that as well, so straight kind of through the middle of the two of them. So up pops our achievement, walking on thin ice, guys. We're now going to head across this little thin walkway here. And up at the top of the screen there we can see there's a bird lying injured, kind of blocking our path, guys. So we're going to get an achievement by going round the left hand side here. We're going to grab the fruit that's at the end of this path and go back and feed the bird, and we're going to get a new friend achievement for doing that. That achievement, a new friend. Bird's going to fly away, and that's going to free up and unblock the path for us to continue on our journey, guys. So when we get to this area here, guys, just to our right hand side, there's this little raised walkway. So I'm going to jump up onto that and head up to the top of it. That's where our first sort of bundle of wood is for our fire. Head back down and place that in the fire. Then just over to the left there is our second bundle of wood. I'm going to grab that, place it in the fire. And then turn around and through this archway and up this hill is our third bundle of wood. Take that back to the fire. We're now going to get our final harness, guys, for the collector achievement. We're going to head back through that archway again. Head up the hill, and on the right hand side you're going to see our final harness hanging up there. I'm going to grab that, and as soon as we get it, our achievement's going to pop. Collector. Stick that on one of our Calicorns. And then we're just going to make our way back down to the fire. And we can light it, guys. Call the Calicorns in and go to sleep. And that's going to start our next day for us. We're getting pretty close to the end now, guys. So we start our next day, guys, and the bird is going to knock down that stack to create a little path for us to run up here. So we'll go up there and we're just going to follow the path round to the very end and activate that pod. That's going to bring up all the yellow flowers once again for us to unlock another painting, guys. And it's going to attract all the herd up the hill back towards us here. So we'll just kind of steer them round as before and try and get as many of them, or get all of them, sorry, yellow. And once we're ready, we can trigger the painting, guys. And we'll just make our way through this new opening here. Once again, guys, in this area we're going to get some holes appearing in the ice again. So we want to just kind of hug to the right hand side initially, guys. That's the first hole appeared. Oh, cracks in the ice. Continuing round following the right hand side, that's the second one appeared. And again, just keep going, sticking to the right hand side, guys. And you'll see a third crack appear in the ice. Once we get past that one, we want to kind of head over to the left hand side now, as there is a crack appears on the right now. So heading over to the left, and we're going to make our way up this hill now, guys. Quickly run over and activate this pod just to get some stampede power. Recharge your stampede, guys, and once again these kind of icy bits with no snow can be a bit slippy, so you can use your stampede to help you get up that a bit quicker. There's no real fear of falling through that or anything. Going and stampede up this icy bit here as well. Just make our way towards the patch of blue flowers there, guys. And that is going to get us the Chapter 7 Snowbound Pass achievement for reaching the beginning of the Chapter 7 area. Now we just keep heading through, straight ahead. Head through the patch of flowers, guys, and we're going to get the wind going to start picking up from this point. The wind is actually going to blow us off our feet almost, and it can blow you into like the crevices. So what you need to do is kind of hunker down into the snow by just stopping the herd, so it's just double B whenever the wind picks up. It does kind of give you a prompt up on screen to get you to do it anyway, guys, so and then once the wind dies down we can just continue forward again. Heading over towards this pod here, and we're going to activate that so that we can recharge our stampede a little. And again, whenever it gets windy, guys, just brace using the double tap of the B button, and we'll just move on as soon as that's died down. Like I said, we're just going to keep doing that, guys, until we get kind of round this corner. I'm kind of heading up a slight slope here and then sort of heading round to the right. And once we get round to the right, guys, there's another pod there, as you can see, so we're going to open that up to allow us to recharge our stampede a little bit. So holes are going to start appearing in the ice again here, guys, as we get close to them, and it's not really worth stampeding in case we lose a Calicorn at this late stage of the game, so I just take my time here. I'd recommend you do the same. We need to get them all safe back to the end for the Herdcore Achievement, remember. If a Calicorn actually dies though, guys, you can just complete the game, and when you complete the game you get access to chapter select. You could try replaying the final chapter just to end the game again. But if you just take your time, guys, you shouldn't lose any anyway. It's, as I said, it's not hugely difficult. This it's just a bit tedious because you're going quite slow. Just watch out for that wind as well, because it can actually blow your Calicorns onto the thin ice. So kind of make sure that you're getting them to stop when the wind picks up by hitting the double B button. Pod again here, guys, and just recharge again there if you want to. Just decided to kind of go around the edge of the thick snow here, guys. Just at the edge of that there is actually a crack in the ice, but there's a little pathway that we can just sneak along the side of there, that it's not going through the really heavy snow. Very close to the end of this section now, guys, thankfully. Cracking ice just to the right of me there, so we'll hunker down, wind picking up so that it will be blown over the top of it. And another one just ahead of us, so we'll just make our way through the gap between the two of them. Just to our left. Keep making our way up the hill, guys. Once we get to this icy bit here, guys, where the snow is cleared on the ground, we can use the stampede up the sort of centre of that. This is us near the very end of this section now, once we get up to the top of this, so we're just going to use our stampede now, guys, to try and get up this icy bit. You can see kind of glowing in the distance there what we're aiming for. Use the stampede again if you've still got some charge. Just keep rinsing and repeating that, guys, until we get up to that pod, as I said, and we're going to go over to the pod and activate it, and that is literally the end of this section. So we can just stop the herd here and head over to this pod. Activate it, and that's going to start a cutscene, guys. If you're finding the guide useful so far, guys, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button on the video, and if you'd subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that too. Once the cutscene's finished, guys, we can actually climb onto the back of our Calicorn there. And it does beg the question, why did we not do that earlier in the game? But there we are. And we're going to head up the hill slightly here through these flowers. The rocks are movable again by activating the painting, guys. Keep following the path of the flowers, and we can start to use our charge again, our stampede. And we're literally just going to keep stampeding all the way over the top of the hill here, guys, and it's literally, there's only one path that you can really kind of take all the way down to the bottom of the hill here. Once we reach the water, we're just going to run across the water and head towards the sort of large structure in the distance there. Head into the cave and we're going to get a cutscene. We can then make our way over towards the campfire in the centre here, guys. And we are going to get the Herdcore Achievement here for reaching the end without losing a Calicorn, guys. If you did lose any, you can use Chapter Select by starting a new game after we complete this here, and you can restart the final chapter again. Just over to the left hand side there I found the first piece of wood, guys. And then just straight ahead of us there, to the right of the campfire, we've got the second piece of wood. And then over at the kind of far right hand side, up on this little ledge here, is our final piece. And we can place that in the fire and light the fire, guys. And up pops our Herdcore Achievement for reaching the end without losing any Calicorns. And we just need to call the Calicorns now, sit down, call the Calicorns and go to sleep, guys. And during the credits we are going to get a new home achievement for completing the game, and we are going to get the Herdling achievement for getting all of the other achievements as well, guys. And that is the end of the game. I hope you found that useful, guys. If you would give the video a like, I would really appreciate it, and if you would subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future videos, that also helps support the channel hugely, so I would really appreciate that too, guys, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.